Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our FC26 career mode here with Burnley. We are back today as we head into the second half of season 2. We've just passed the halfway stage with us currently sat in 10th place and we're looking to crack on with more games today. We'll also have the FA Cup third round where we've been drawn at home to Blackpool, as well as the entirety of the January transfer window. But we've got a tough game to start off with off the back of our draw with Brentford at the end of the previous episode, as we take on Enzo Maresca's Chelsea. They looking to stay in a title race, just 2 points behind Liverpool, so a big game for both sides. Come on you Claros. Yeah, as we get off and underway, guys, I just want to say again a big thank you for all the support on the channel and also for all the comments specifically. I really do appreciate when you guys take the time out of your day to drop a comment on the video. And again, I want to ask today if you can keep those comments coming for transfer and youth scouting suggestions as we head into season 3 and beyond. But yeah, jumping into today's game, I'm expecting a tough one against Maresca's side. They're second in the league and looking to pip last year's champions Liverpool to the title. So expecting a tough game against a side I've not had much luck against in this save so far. I'll tell you what, I would absolutely love a goal for Jørgen Strand Larsen today. Of course, in the previous episode we discussed how much he's been struggling in front of goal, and really both of our main centre forwards, he and Zeki Amdouni, and I would really love for one, if not both of them, to break their duck today. And as Bash does well, it's into Strand Larsen, and Philip Jorgensen makes a comfortable save, then gives it away. Jørgen! Sometimes when it's not going your way, you just need a little bit of luck. And Jørgen Strand Larsen finally gets his goal. It's a gift from Philip Jorgensen, his international teammate, and he will take that all day long. Tries to bowl the ball out, gives it straight to our number 9, who gets on the score sheet for the first time since match day 3 of the season. Hopefully, he can kick on from here. That's a big goal. Well guys, there is the whistle, and what a way to start off today's episode. I was looking at the league table thinking 7 points off 7th place, that final European spot. And with a game in hand, yes, but with it coming against Chelsea, I was expecting the worst. That win means that we're just 4 points off 7th place and still well and truly in contention for European football next season. Strand Larsen finally back on the score sheet, and it was a gift from his compatriot Jorgensen, but we will take that all day long. We'll jump straight into our next game. It is the FA Cup third round as we take on Blackpool. I think it's at home at Turf Moor, where I will be rotating, but with our league standing looking pretty comfortable, I'm hoping we can maybe go on a cup run this season. Come on you Clarets. Oh, Leslie, good pressing. Getting the nod today, and you may have seen from my lineup plenty of changes, but this man Strand Larsen keeps his place in the team, as I'm hoping if he can get on the score sheet today and make it 2-2, it might kick-start his season. He was pretty close there, but couldn't find the back of the net after a good save. Corner swung in. Keeper's come a long way, not got there, and Bash couldn't quite force it home. It's taken us half an hour, but we're now starting to knock on the door as Rudoni will let fly, and again Blackpool will clear. Perez into Cullen. Chance to swing the ball in. It's deep to Larsen, and there's Bash coming in, and a fan favourite, Bashir Humphreys, opens the scoring for Burnley. It's not a goal for Strand Larsen, but he did get the assist with some great awareness to nod it down to his teammate, and Bash in the right place at the right time to give us the lead. Well, there's the whistle, guys, and it is not the greatest of games, but Burnley will be progressing through to the fourth round. Back-to-back 1-0 victories, and we couldn't add a second goal, which is a bit of a concern because we know we've had our goal-scoring problems. But yeah, shame we couldn't get Strand Larsen on the score sheet, but an unlikely goal scorer in Bashir Humphreys will see us through to the fourth round. Let's go and find out who we're going to face. Well, as we get back to the menu, we see a loan for the young Tunisian Benzai, and I have to say his aesthetic as well. I am so excited for this kid. Can't wait to see how he develops out on loan. Going to Germany for the next 6 months. We've also seen Twanzebe approached from Saudi Arabia. I'm more than happy for him to depart. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen, but this transfer request glitch in FC26 is really starting to frustrate me, where a player requests a transfer. Look how many players we've got on the transfer list. I've offered most of these guys new contracts. They've signed them, but they still end up on the transfer list. It's so frustrating, and you can't remove them. We've got the likes of Jordan Bayer, Zeki Amdouni. I can't remove them. Zeki signed a 4-year deal, but he's on the transfer list. It's ridiculous, man. They need to fix this. But Twanzebe looks like he could be heading to Saudi, which is fine by me. I'm going to turn down this bid for Taiwo Awoniyi. I'm not against letting him go, but as a third choice striker, he's exactly what I asked for. So, yeah, we're going to turn that down. As for the FA Cup 4th round, let's find out who we're going to face. As you can see, it's getting pretty tight in the race for European football. But in the FA Cup, where I'm hoping we might be able to go on a bit of a run, well, it's going to be our next opponents, Brighton and Hove Albion. Taking them on at home in the FA Cup 4th round. I think we played them in the FA Cup 4th round last year and we beat them on pens. Might have been the 3rd round, but we definitely faced them in the FA Cup last year and beat them on pens. So we're going to face them away from home next at the Amex, and that FA Cup 4th round will probably come later on today. In fact, we might even close out with it. So yeah, we'll jump into our next game. It is the Seagulls, this time on the road away at the Amex. A big clash against two sides battling for European football here, and this is a big fixture against Fabian Herzler's side. Come on, you Clarets. Well, guys, this has been an absolutely horrendous game, and we do look set for another 0-0 here, unless somebody can win it late on. Edwards, is he onside? Edwards, Rudoni, oh, the flag goes up. It may have been tight, but that is going to do it, guys. It has been an awful game. One of the worst I've played in FC26. And I have to say that there have been a fair few pretty low-scoring games. Have you guys got any sort of advice on potential slider adjustments that can see more goals going in? I am playing on just 3-minute halves, but due to me just doing this part-time as a hobby, I don't really have the time to up the half length to 4, 5 or 6 minutes. So I'm hoping we're going to see some more goals. And as we jump into our next game, we see one of the other Tunisian youngsters, Matoub, head out on loan to West Brom. And we take on Spurs in our next fixture, a team that we've had some good clashes against in the past. So I'm hoping here that maybe we might see some more goals after just 2 in the opening 3 games of today's episode. Come on, you Clarets. Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking back to that 3-3 game that we had here against West Ham last season. And I'm not saying I want every game to be like that, but, you know, every now and then you want to have a really exciting game, and you know, it's realistic. Practically every team throughout the course of a season will have a crazy game like that where it's 2-2, or you know, it doesn't even have to be high scoring, just end to end and sort of free flowing. A lot of our games are quite stale, as Scott lifts that in for Edwards and Vicario claims pretty comfortably. But maybe it's just me not being good enough going forward. I'm not too sure, but I'm hoping this game here is going to be a bit more exciting, because so far today we've had 3 really low scoring fixtures. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm really trying, I promise you. Maybe I'm trying a little bit too much, and that's why I'm not scoring many goals in attack. As Kulusevski finds Mohamed Kudus. Oh, it's saved by Pope onto the woodwork, and the follow-up from Mika is cleared by Walker. And, well, that's slightly better from Spurs, as we finally see some attacking intent, and they're so close to the opening goal there. Corner for Spurs, swung into that near post. Esteve had to get up and did well, as Jaden will bring the ball clear. Oh, and he couldn't find Alex Scott. Chance to break, and I fluffed it, and that's what I mean about maybe trying a little bit too hard as Matisse Tell gets away and fires Spurs into the lead. That's been coming since the restart, and it's the Dutchman Tell with his 6th of the season who breaks the deadlock. Yeah, I think we're going to run out of time, guys. I think we're going to run out of time as Jorgen finds Luca. This is it. We have to go forward. Luca finds Strand Larsen, and Zeki will strike, and it's poor, and that just sums up our attacking play today. I don't know if I've made the AI too difficult to play against with my sliders, but yeah, I just cannot score against them, man. I don't know if the half length is coming into contention as well with me being on just 3-minute halves, but I'm really struggling. I mean, it is Spurs at the end of the day. These are the sort of games that in Season 2 of the Save, I'm still expecting us to be on the losing side of. But yeah, and another blank from Burnley as our goal-scoring woes continue. Well, guys, as we get back to the menus, this is not going to help our attacking threat as El Hadj Malik Diouf is going to miss pretty much the remainder of the season with a broken toe. I mean, it's way more realistic that we're starting to see some injuries. Obviously, Hannibal's still down at the moment, and Diouf will be joining him as we also get alerted that the Chelsea job is available. I wonder if they've hired anyone. Unai Gonzalez, I don't actually know who that is, as Simeone's gone to Arsenal as well. So we're now starting to see the manager market take full effect as there are some changes happening in the world. But yeah, that injury to Diouf is unfortunate as he gives us some real attacking threat down that left-hand side. Still in 10th place and now 5 points off Brighton in 7th. So I think we're outsiders to qualify for a European competition this season. I'd love to try and push at the end of the season and take it down towards the latter stages of the campaign. But I just don't think it's going to happen. Just 19 goals scored and 19 goals against. I don't know. It's just... it doesn't feel very realistic, and the gameplay, it's not so exciting at the moment. I really want to see some more goals, but we've got a winnable fixture up next as we travel to take on Marco Silva's Fulham at Craven Cottage. They're currently sat in 16th, just above the relegation zone, and looking over their shoulders at Middlesbrough and Ipswich. So I want to get back on the score sheet today. I want a nice, comfortable win to keep our hopes of European football alive. Come on, you Clarets. Yeah, we've also drawn quite a lot of games this season, so I'd like to turn some of those draws into victories as Pope makes quite a comfortable save. And I think that is the next step for this team. If we want to try and propel next season and qualify for a European competition, which isn't completely out of the picture this campaign, but I think we're probably most likely looking at next season for that trajectory. I think that is the kind of steps that we need to take. Oh, that's beautifully worked. And Rudoni slots in the opening goal. Well, that is more like it from the Clarets. And Rudoni back in the lineup today. Second goal of the season. Says, Gaffer, don't forget about me. Player of the season last year. You're struggling in front of goal. Get me in the lineup. That's what I've done today. And he slides us into the lead 10 minutes in here at the Cottage. Yeah, I think we needed that early goal as well, as Sessegnon comes down the left, but Roberts, experienced defender, stands him up, and that will just relieve some of the nerves for those away fans as Edwards now comes on the break. Edwards lifts it. Strand Larsen! Oh, it's wide, and the flag goes up anyway, but that's much more like it from the Clarets. He just strays beyond Calvin Bassey. In fact, he's about a yard offside, but that's much better attacking play from Burnley. Now Jadon looking for a final chance before the interval as Edwards, patient, Florentino, Rudoni, Jadon, was he onside? He was. This is really patient, and Strand Larsen will shoot, and it's not far away from our number 9. Scored earlier on in the episode, but has now gone a couple of games without a goal. And I'm sure he would love to get on the score sheet as Rudoni did earlier on. Still leading at the break, but again, not many chances and only the one goal. Bash to Jaden, back to Bashir Humphreys, lovely work across the box, and Zeki off the bench will seal the victory for Burnley. Boy did we need this. It's been a tricky little run of fixtures where we've not quite been at our best. We still weren't at our best today, but we will claim all 3 points on the road where, again, I've mentioned it so many times, but we're so much better on the road than we are at home. Lovely passing move. Bash had the awareness to pick out Zeki, and his 3rd goal of the season will secure all 3 points for the Clarets. Well, guys, as we get back to the menu after that fantastic win, I've played through transfer deadline day pretty quickly. We've seen 3 of our youngsters head out on loan. 2 of the Irish lads, McManus and Connor O'Connor, so good they named him twice. And also the left back from Costa Rica, Valentin Soto. So all 3 of those guys are heading out on loan for 6 months until the end of the season. And also due to the injury to El Hadj Diouf, I've also brought in Diego Leon on loan from Manchester United. He's actually lower rated than I thought he might be, so he's probably not going to feature much, but he's just a bit of cover with Diouf down for the next 3 months. But as for the top deals on transfer deadline day, Moussa Diaby's back in the Premier League with Manchester United, joining for just shy of 57 million. Omar Marmoush has left Manchester to join Barcelona for 61.7. And I'm not sure about this one. Alphonso Davies has left Bayern Munich to join Aston Villa. No disrespect, Villa fans, but I'm not sure Fonzie would be making the move, even for 84 million. But as we sim through the final hour of transfer deadline day, it will be time for our next youth academy update. So let's see if we've got any more class youngsters making the academy. Yeah, from England, guys, we've got a whole host of fantastic players. I'm going to reject Hobbs, but all of these guys I'm going to keep the scouting on for now, probably until the end of the season when we've got a real understanding of all of their potential ranges, because some of these guys look fantastic. From Costa Rica, we will keep the scouting on these 4 for now. I like the look of this lad, Francisco Maldonado. No potential tag on him yet, but he looks pretty decent down that right-hand side. And from Tunisia, I'm actually going to turn away all 4 of the lads we've been scouting because none of them really look like they're going to make it. But, I mean, it's fair to say we've had our fair share of luck from Tunisia already with the potential to be special wonder kid alongside Matoub, who looked pretty decent as well. As for the academy, just the 4 players in there at the moment, all 15 years of age, so obviously we can't promote them. And we've got most of the other guys out on loan already. I'll probably do a bit of a loan roundup probably at the end of the season, but we've already seen some pretty decent growth on a few of the players out on loan this season. But we'll jump into our next game, and this is an absolute must-win fixture. 5 points off 7th place Tottenham at the moment, so still within a shot of European football with 14 games to play. But as we take on rock bottom Sheffield United, just 3 wins all season long and 10 points adrift of safety, they look like they're set for an instant return back down to the Championship, and these are the games we simply put have to win. Come on, you Clarets. The Blades looking set for a return back to the Championship, so got to make sure we get the job done today as Jack finds Jaden, and Jaden, lovely skill. Anthony comes inside, and was that headed off the line or saved? Scott does well, and Rudoni is tackled, and we've been the better side in these opening 25 minutes, but still yet to break the deadlock. Yeah, we've actually played some good stuff in these opening stages. Haven't been able to find the breakthrough, and just like that, Tom Cannon with his 3rd of the season gives the Blades the victory. Well, we just cannot win at home, man. Bottom of the league, 3 wins all season long, and we trail after half an hour. That's so poor, man. Nowhere near good enough when we play here at Turf Moor. As Rudoni finds Jaden down the left-hand side. Larson. Rudoni, that's nice. Rudoni in behind. Can he finish? Yes, he can. Right on the stroke of half-time. Jack gets us level with his 3rd of the season. And we've got to turn this around in the second half. Yeah, I went with a slightly more attacking midfield today with Scott and Cullen. Andrew Doney in there, but it's not really made a difference. We've been so poor on the ball as Edwards is sent through. Marcus angles tight. He'll come back onto his left foot. Gets it back from Scott. Edwards shoots. And that should have been the goal that puts us in front. Just not good enough in front of goal, man. Oh, come on. No, no. Oh, my goodness. What a save, Pope. I'm getting frustrated, guys, because I can't believe we're going to drop points in what's arguably our easiest game of the season. We've been so poor today, and we nearly lost it with 8 to play. Yeah, I'm so disappointed, guys. So disappointed with that result. And as Luca would have probably raced away to give us the lead, it's going to finish 1-1 here. And there are a few boos ringing around Turf Moor. Not good enough at home. And our goal scoring issues continue, man. Just one goal scored against the worst defence in the league. And the team sat bottom and way adrift at the bottom. Not good enough, man. Not good enough. And I'm expecting a bounce back in our next game. On the road once again, where we are better, but taking on a strong Aston Villa side. I'm just hoping we can get back to winning ways here, because that was so poor. Come on, you Clarets. Cullen finds Edwards. Bit of space for him to drive into. He's got Strand Larsen with him. And Larsen gets half a yard. Jorgen Strand Larsen. Oh, what a save, Emi Martinez. That's wonderful from the Argentine. As Florentino does well. And there's Jorgen again. Round the corner for Jadon this time. Oh, that's wonderful from Jadon Anthony. Saved. And Edwards, I think, would have been offside on the rebound. Good pressure from Burnley as we enter the half-time period. Still deadlocked at 0-0, but we've been the better side today. Jadon, Bash, lovely. Bashir Humphreys, oh, he squeezed it in. What a goal from Bashir Humphreys, who's turned into an unlikely goal scorer today. His second goal of the episode. And, well, I said we'd lose a bit of attacking threat with Juve out injured, but Bash says, don't worry about it, Gaffer. Squeezes it under the dive of Emi Martinez, who sort of dives out of the way. And Burnley lead at Villa Park on the road once again, and this is where we're best. And Luca's gone again. That's lovely build-up. Luca finds Jorgen. Brilliant centre-forward play. And he's missed. How has he missed? Well, with 4.5 minutes to play, it might not make him much of a difference, but how on earth has he missed from there? I tell you what, I've tried to stick with him this year, but he has missed some fantastic chances. Well, this is it for Villa. Cullen can't quite get there. Lookman spreads it out to Memphis Depay. Cross comes in. Rodgers' header, saved by Nick Pope. And we will hold on for the clean sheet and another closeout victory. That's a fantastic win, because with Villa just a point behind us heading into this game, we now extend the gap to 4 and keep our hopes of a 7th place finish alive. I still think we're the outsiders for it, but Bashir Humphreys' goal will be enough to claim all 3 points. I want to squeeze in the FA Cup 4th round to close out, but returning back home to Turf Moor, I'm feeling a little bit pessimistic, and I'd much rather be on the road with our fantastic away record this season. But nonetheless, Brighton at home in the FA Cup 4th round. Come on, you Clarets. Yeah, back at home at Turf Moor. You know, we hate being here. We'd much rather be on the road. And I've got sort of a mix of my starting lineup and some resis as well, because I would quite like to go on a cup run this season. As I've already said earlier on in today's episode, it would be quite nice to have like a little cup run alongside our good league form, as Pires will swing the corner in. Bash was in there, and we know he's been in fantastic form in today's episode. Scored in the last round of the FA Cup, and obviously in our last game as well. As the corner swung in, it won't reach Bash, and Rutter will clear. Corner for Brighton here. Hinchelwood over it, goes short to Facundo Buonanotte. Gets it back onto his left foot. Nicely worked from Brighton. Roberts has to get up and doesn't. And Brighton lead early on. It's Evan Ferguson, who's one of the top scorers in the Premier League this season. Gets his first in the FA Cup. Yeah, still trailing by 1 as we're underway in the second period. And I like Connor Roberts as a backup. I've gone on record and said that before, but it's not the first time he's been beaten on the back post with an attacker getting kind of over the top of him and winning an aerial duel. So it's part of his game that he needs to cut out if he's going to remain a part of my squad, as that's actually really nicely worked, that. And Loom has a bit of space and can't get away from Barco. And again, at home at Turf Moor, I'm just really struggling to create any goal scoring opportunities. Cullen again finds Luca. Nicely worked. Jaden. Oh, Van Hecker has just been fantastic today. I have not been able to find a way past him, and I think that is going to do it. Probably our final chance of the game. And Jean-Paul Van Hecker, who has been absolutely magnificent today with what is probably a goal-saving tackle to see Brighton through to the 5th round. I don't know what it is, but I just can't seem to win here in front of our home fans at Turf Moor. Out of the FA Cup at the 4th round, 1 round prior to where the board wanted us to reach, and with 12 games left to play in the Premier League. I think we'll come back in the next episode with 8 of those, as we will play through the majority as we look to try and sneak into a European place and qualify for the Conference League for next season. We're massive outsiders for it, given our goal scoring record this season, but I just want to get through this season as quickly as possible, get into the summer and begin overhauling this squad again, because we still need a lot of work done. But that'll do it for today's episode, guys. I'll catch you in the next one very soon, where, as I say, probably 8 or 9 of our remaining 12 to come very soon. Take care, guys, and peace.